Hey guys, how are you? So I was sitting here thinking, and as I was thinking about what had happened to me in the past when God's come in to kind of save me, um, my left ear went quiet and started ringing. And I was like, okay, maybe this is a message I need to talk about. So the one instance that came to me first was when I almost drowned. I was in Kauai and we were doing kayaking on this river. And I was with my ex, and he was in the back, and I was in the front. So he was in the back, and he had to steer. And so we were going through the river like this, like we couldn't keep straight, and like we were so frustrated with each other. And should have just showed you our relationship. And we couldn't go straight, and so we ended up like T-boning another kayak. And when we did that, we both leaned. And when you lean in a kayak, what do you think happens? So we flipped over, and as I went under, the boat hit me on my head, and then I was actually trapped under the kayak. I was trying to find, I had a life vest on, and I was trying to find my way to the surface. So the life vest couldn't even save me because the life vest had me underneath the boat. So I'm looking to find my way up to the surface, and I can't find my way out. And so I see 2:11 on the clock. Um, anyway, so I couldn't find my way out. And I'm starting as dark because it was a dark river. It wasn't like the clear Hawaii water. I couldn't see where I was. I was trying to feel where the hole was. I figured I was under the kayak. I'm like, let me find, is there like a little air gap? That's what I was actually looking for. And I could not find it. And I don't know how long I was underwater. Um, it was less than a minute, if not a minute. But I was on the verge of almost giving up because I couldn't find my way up. Um, sorry. Um, and so in that moment that I started to, I was thinking about I was gonna have to give up. Um, Somebody, which was my ex, he yanked me down and then pulled me out. So, because my life vest had me up underneath the kayak. So he had to pull me down to pull me out to pull me back up. And so it's kind of like this symbolism of like God. You know, sometimes when we're in our darkest moments and we're about ready to give up, that he comes in and he pulls us down. He pulls us out and he pulls us back up. So that's kind of like the process I'm in right now, is what I'm just realizing is I had to go all the way down to be pulled out to continue. This is me working on me in order to come up and be where I'm supposed to be. And that was just one example that is using as showing how he comes to me. And there was another example when I had my hernia repair surgery, and that was like the worst surgery ever you could have. And I say that because it was so painful, and so the recovery was so horrible, like worse than any of my other surgeries. And I remembered not seeing an end to it, and I just saw the darkness every day, and I couldn't sleep. I had insomnia from the anesthesia and everything else. I don't know, it was just a crazy mess. And I remembered getting on the floor here in my room, and I was crying, and I was just praying, and I just said, I can't live like this anymore, God. I can't live like this anymore. Like, you've got to do something, or I just can't do it. And I followed my inner guidance to reach out on a social media thing that I had, and he put somebody in my life that reached out that was wanting to help me, and she helped me climb out of that hole. And so God just shows that he's there for us, and he puts people in our life, especially when we need it or when we ask, and if we're open to receive that help. And I'm so grateful and thankful that I can see that, and that I know that that sometimes, like, I'm stubborn and I've had to be broken down completely in order to understand complete surrender, and trust and have faith in the things that we can't see, and know that everything's going to be okay. And that with everything that's gone on with this last year, with the cancer diagnosis, finding out about the tumor on my son's birthday, which will be this March. So, you know, how much it's changed my life because I've allowed it. I've allowed God into my life. I've allowed Him to come in and help me change and to bring people into my life that I need in order to help me release traumas and whatever else in my body that I was holding on to, so I could see more clearly and learn to trust myself and believe in myself. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I still don't have fears and that I still don't question. I still don't have doubts. God knows that. We're not perfect. And that's another thing I have to let go of, is being perfect, perfectionism, being controlling, being uncomfortable with the unknown, the uncertainty of what's to come. Like, He's not going to just show me the whole path, even though, like, I'm like, I need to know where I'm going, who's on my path, what I'm supposed to do. But that's not how it works. And it's like blind faith and just trusting and believing that I'm being guided and that He is there supporting me 100% of the way. And I've allowed it to come into me. I've allowed myself to receive this. And 222 on the clock, which is working in partnership, don't stop believing, keep the faith. And so this has been a path of don't stop believing, keep the faith, keep working towards, trusting and believing in the unseen, and knowing that once we're ready and willing and able to receive the guidance that we need to heal or to be whoever we want to be, it's there for us. We just have to be open to receive it. And being open to receive this and to really be able to feel the love on a different level that I've ever felt before has been amazingly beautiful. And that is like the heaven on earth. And so the bridge between heaven on earth is love. And that's what brings us together, is love. And so I was just spending my day yesterday just feeling into, I was listening to a near-death experience and how she talked to angels and how some people see them and some people don't. Doesn't mean anybody else is any more special. It's just that, things come to us when we're spiritually ready and aware, and God knows what we are spiritually ready and aware for. And so, and just feeling into that love. And so I love my angels. They're always there for me, guiding me and leading me. And as a matter of fact, I have this angel. After my mom died, and I was heading back home, I stopped at the thrift store that was just around the corner from her house. And I found this. And she's so beautiful. And this just reminds me that this is how the angels hold us, and how this baby is just so warm and so comforted and so unbelievably safe. And just being held and loved. And then, it just, I don't know. And I was holding this yesterday, and I was just like thanking the angels for holding me and always being there with me and always helping me feel loved and safe, even when I couldn't feel that they were there. They were always there with me, even when I was under the boat, almost drowning, and even when I was on the floor, like crying my eyes out and not being able to handle any more of the pain and sleepless nights. And just leaning into this feeling of love, this unconditional love that's so undescribable. So I hope you know that your angels are there for you too. Just call on them. They're always there for you, even if you can't see them. Love always and forever. Bye for now.